we have discussed in detail about water supply and water treatment and how the board has worked to a decision for each of these and the $47.2 million needed to finalize each solution. Now let me explain how the board has been stewarding your monies. Of the $47.2 million needed to complete the water supply and water treatment, the district has $28.7 million on hand. Because we cannot wait any longer, we need to borrow $18.5 million. We have preliminary approval of a loan that would allow a 30-year payback. That would allow us to reduce the $20 down to $17 per month. And we would combine that $17 with the $10 we've been collecting over the last couple of years to make it a total of $27. That $27 would remain on your bill until the debt is totally retired. Hopefully, as we have in the past, we will be able to retire that debt sooner than the 30-year period. Your board's plan to complete your water system, a system that brings the best, highest quality, renewable and sustainable water along the Front Range. This community will have a complete system, a system all other communities are working towards. That's why I believe that your property values will be preserved and our real estate community will have another positive asset to promote Roxboro. 2013 is projected to be a planning year. This is the year we would spend designing the plant, making sure we had exactly what we needed, and then in 2014 we hope to begin construction, and then 18 months later we would bring the plant online. At that point you have a complete, reliable water system for many, many years to come. Every water system has its own set of characteristics that affect cost. Denver's system is over 100 years old. They've owned their water for years and everything is paid for. They serve 1.3 million people, and that translates to over 450,000 customers. When comparing Roxboro to Denver, keep in mind Denver provides no sewer. 47% of our current rate goes to sewer in Roxboro. So what about Centennial, Parker, and Castle Rock? Each year we do look at rates of other water and sewer providers. The blue tiers are providers that provide surface water, where the yellow tiers provide groundwater. Groundwater, you need to keep in mind, it's cheap, has no cost to the water providers. The only cost is the cost of pumping it out of the ground, adding some chlorine and delivering it to their customers. And you can see we've added a red portion to the blue Roxboro tier, and that's the portion that we pay to Aurora, where if you take off the red portion, you can see our cost to treat and deliver is right in with the other groundwater guys. But as time goes on, as their groundwater is depleted and as they pursue renewable water supplies, they're going to have a red portion added to their tier at some point down the road. But I want to go back and look at Castle Rock again. They have some of the same questions from their customer. Why is their rates so much higher than Denver? And you can see how they've answered it. They've pointed out that you live here in Castle Rock, they live there in Denver. But more importantly, I want to point you down to one of the bullets that they talk about. That bullet explains to their customers that they have already done a bond issue for $75 million to buy into Parker's Ruderhest Reservoir. And they have identified another $400 million worth of renewable water that they're going to be pursuing in the future. They're in the process of replacing their groundwater with a renewable supply, which we have already completed. Once we get this plant done, we will have that completed supply. Let's talk about the water supply first. The Aurora contract is limited to serve 3,800 units with 1,800 acre-feet of water. Our build-out is projected to be about 3,750 units roughly. With the number of units that Sterling Ranch is planning, the limited amount of water that we have and the limits that Aurora has put on our contract, there is absolutely no way we will be providing any of our Aurora water to Sterling Ranch. Now let's talk about treatment. We are planning a 4 MGD replacement plant that would take care of our needs to build out. If the plant is expanded to accommodate Sterling Ranch, it would be at Sterling Ranch's cost. The bigger the plant, the cheaper it becomes. On a per 1,000 gallon basis, there could be some economies that would benefit our district. But I just want to quote a statement that our board has made time and time again. We would be willing to work with Sterling Ranch on any issue as long as it provided an economic benefit to the customers of this district. So what does all of this mean to you and your family? You now have a complete water system, a system that brings you the best quality, renewable, sustainable water along the Front Range, a water system for you and your family for decades to come.
During my lifetime, I will need 3,500,000 gallons of water.